Did you know almost half of all buyers quit their online purchases for this one reason? Wait, I have to pay how much for shipping? Ugh, maybe I should look something else. We've all been there. No one likes paying a fortune just to get their item, especially your buyers. But high-earning sellers have discovered a way to actually use shipping to increase their sales. And I'm about to show you how you can do it too. Hey, Leah here. It's time to create a shipping strategy that delivers more profits to your online store. But first, if you've ever wondered how other sellers are able to charge less for shipping, the answer might surprise you. Post-pandemic inflation and supply chain issues have affected economies all over the world. No matter where you live, everyone has seen costs going up. And like it or not, that includes shipping too. That doesn't mean people have stopped buying things. It just means they'll be on the lookout for as much value as possible when they do, making it even more frustrating when you see other sellers offering lower shipping rates, especially for items that are similar to yours. But before you decide you can't compete and close up shop forever, take a deep breath. And be on the lookout for these 3 things that could be affecting their shipping strategy. First, is that seller also using print on demand? Or do they make their products themselves? Handmade sellers who self-ship items can sometimes make deals with carriers for lower rates. However, those deals often only apply to certain shipping areas and for high sales volume items. That seller would still need to invest extra time and money to fulfill and ship their own orders, including paying regular shipping rates for other delivery zones and low volume products. Something a print-on-demand service like Printify manages all for you at a much lesser cost, including shipping. The second thing you should look for is how that seller's shipping rates affect their pricing. If an item is priced lower than yours, but still includes the regular shipping fee, it means that your competitor is settling for lower profit margins. It's a strategy that can only give them a lead on sales for so long. Eventually, they'd have to start eating costs just to remain competitive. Clearly, not a great long-term plan if your goal is to actually make money and not lose it. It's also a strategy any seller can beat by adding more value to their shipping strategy and establishing trust with buyers. Stick around till the end of the video and I'll show you exactly how to do that. But if an item is priced the same or higher than yours and has a reduced shipping fee, the seller is likely splitting a portion of the shipping cost between the buyer and themselves. Remember, a lower rate doesn't always mean that a seller is able to charge less for shipping. It just means their buyers think that they're paying less for shipping. But make no mistake, those sellers almost always make up for that cost in other ways. Like my friend Talish said in this video we made about how to offer free shipping.
Having something delivered anywhere always costs money. The difference is that if your customer isn't paying for it, then you are.
Which leads me to the last thing you should check for when seeing reduced shipping fees: the sales channel your competitor is using. If they're using their own store page, they'll have access to more shipping customization options, meaning they have more ways to split the shipping costs with their buyers, which would explain why their rates might seem lower than what they would be in a marketplace. Even though marketplaces make it incredibly easy to reach lots of buyers and start selling quickly, they offer fewer shipping customization options than if you were using a site builder. But aside from choosing between how much shipping customization you want to start with, as you grow your business, you'll eventually end up selling on multiple platforms anyway, which will mean having shipping strategies that work for both your own store and a marketplace. But aside from choosing between how much shipping customization you want to start with, as your business grows, you'll eventually end up selling on multiple platforms anyway, which will mean having shipping strategies that work for both your own store and a marketplace. It's what'll help you decide which options to offer and how to apply shipping charges effectively. Remember, the goal is to minimize costs, meet your buyers' expectations, and keep those profit margins high. Although taking the time to find out how each platform applies shipping with Printify isn't easy. That's why we did it for you. and here's what you need to know. Depending on your sales channel, Printify offers 4 different shipping options to choose from: economy, standard, priority, and express. However, both economy and express shipping are not available for international orders, while other shipping options are limited to certain platforms and even to particular items. As a seller, thinking about shipping while choosing a platform comes down to 2 things: how much it costs and how much work it takes to set up. So let's take a look at some of the most popular sales channels Printify integrates with and see what they offer. By the way, don't worry about trying to remember all of this information. We've put all of it in a handy doc, which you can find in the description after the video. Let's start with the most popular marketplace option for sellers, Etsy. Printify automatically sets shipping rates for items as soon as you list them on Etsy. Although this automatic rate assignment is only available for items listed in the US currency. For items not sold in US dollars, you'll have to manually adjust the rates yourself. As for cost, if you're setting up a new shop on Etsy, you may be required to pay a small registration fee. Otherwise, all sellers are required to pay fees based on an item's retail and shipping cost. Shipping rates can sometimes also change at checkout if an order has multiple items from different print providers. Etsy's algorithm also prefers items with rates under $6 if you're selling in the US. So in order to keep your listings as high as possible in those search results, we recommend covering part of the shipping costs yourself to keep it under that $6 threshold. Overall though, the level of shipping customization available to you is quite limited. Etsy only offers tools like bulk discounts on multiple items, free shipping, and the ability to upgrade your order to faster delivery. Let's add Etsy to our board under Easy to set up with a few costs involved. Next, let's take a look at the most popular platform used to design your own store page, Shopify. Like Etsy, Printify automatically assigns shipping rates to Shopify using profiles. Profiles can add any or all of the shipping options I mentioned earlier to an item. However, some profiles, like priority shipping, take a little more time to set up and cost extra. In this case, you'd need to upgrade to an advanced paid Shopify plan, adding on to your other platform expenses like payment processing and domain fees, as well as apps. Plus, in addition to all the work you'll need to do to customize the look and feel of your store, you'll also need to complete a few extra steps to enable the Printify shipping calculator. I'll add a link to how that tool works in the description. But what Shopify offers you in return are way more options to customize shipping. You can create tailored shipping strategies to certain items, promotions, or sale periods. For example, you can offer free shipping for higher priced items and thresholds for the rest. You can also create shipping discounts for the holidays or as part of an exclusive membership. In fact, in this video, I share how each of these strategies works and how to use it for your store. With a decent shipping strategy, you can provide a better customer experience, increase your average order value, sell to more people in more places, reduce cart abandonment rate and get more conversions, set a profit margin that's right for you, and distinguish your brand. Make sure you check it out after the video. But in the meantime, I'll put Shopify on the board as a little tricky to set up with some extra costs. Now let's take a look at a marketplace on the fastest growing social media platform in the world, TikTok Shop, the best app to connect making content with selling online. Even though it's free to set up a seller's account, like most marketplaces, there are fees involved. Setting up shipping on TikTok, however, can be a little tricky depending on what you sell. You'll first need to choose whether to offer free or quantity-based shipping rates for your items. This can depend on what you sell. Setting up free shipping offers you the flexibility to sell different types of items with different rates. This also gets you a free shipping badge on your listing, which is a huge purchase motivator. Quantity-based shipping is better if you offer only 1 or 2 types of products, mostly because you'll need to set up flat rates for these items yourself, which can take time. However, with this option, you can also customize reduced shipping rates for additional items, or even as part of a promotion for a limited time. So with a few costs involved, but with a trickier shipping setup than usual, it's time to put TikTok Shop on the board. If we're going to continue talking about platforms you can use to create your own page, did you know you could build a store right on Printify? That's right, we have to give a big shout out to Printify Pop-Up. It's a unique product page you can create and share with anyone looking to purchase your items. Plus, with automatic rate assignment included, your buyers can preview shipping costs right on the product page and at checkout. Not to mention a promotional feature that can offer discounted shipping rates for a limited time, giving you the ability to split the costs with your buyer. You can also use this feature to offer free shipping as well. And we even add badges to your listings to encourage customers to take advantage of the deal, making Pop-Up the easiest and most cost-effective way to both sell and ship. Let's get it on the board. At this point, I can tell you're wondering why in the world we haven't talked about Amazon yet. It's our latest integration with the world's biggest marketplace, and sellers are very excited. But Amazon US is a highly competitive marketplace better suited for sellers with experience. Here, you'll need to pay for a monthly professional plan and some selling fees. It's an investment that can really help you reach a larger audience for those top-selling products. Although, unless you're offering free shipping, setting up quantity-based rates on Amazon can take some time. For example, setting rates for additional items under different shipping profiles will take some calculating. Plus, with only a few shipping customization options available, like setting thresholds or splitting a portion of the fee with the buyer, reaping the many rewards of selling on Amazon can take you a bit of time and money, which is why I'll put it here on the board. Coming back to marketplaces, let's take a moment to talk about eBay. It's one of the original online sales channels for sellers offering unique goods. You'll be surprised to learn that along with site fees, you also need to pay to set up a store on eBay, increasing your costs to a little more than what you'd be paying on Etsy. In terms of shipping, automatic rate assignment with Printify makes this setup a breeze. But this feature is not available for sellers and print providers located outside the US. To sell internationally, you'd have to offer free shipping by incorporating the rate into your item's price. As for customization options, like most marketplaces, the options again are limited. You can only offer either free or discounted shipping for multiple items. Because of this, let's put eBay on the board as easy to set up with some costs required. Moving on, another popular site builder you might be familiar with is Wix. With new AI features, building a store with Wix can be as easy as typing in a prompt. Its paid site plans offer different features depending on your needs. That's why we recommend starting with their core plan first. Also, don't forget about other expenses you may have, like any paid apps or domain costs. On Wix, setting up shipping will again involve either offering free shipping or manually setting up rates. But what we noticed was that compared to Shopify, Wix has fewer customization options. You can create shipping discounts and set up certain thresholds to get free shipping. But apart from that, you'd probably need to use an app to come up with other arrangements. So with some extra costs and setup involved, including limited shipping customization tools, here's where Wix goes on the board. You're probably starting to see a pattern about which options similar platforms can offer you. While some of these marketplaces and site builders do have some specific differences, in many ways, how each type of site approaches shipping customization is almost the same, especially when it comes to the costs involved and how much work you need to do. Platforms that need more investments in time and money, like BigCommerce and PrestaShop, are better suited to experienced sellers or those dealing with a larger number of orders. However, if you're tech savvy and are fine with doing a little extra work yourself, custom site building tools like WooCommerce or using Printify's API can be a cheaper option to manage that high sales volume. For those who aren't starting out with the biggest budget and want to keep selling simple, the clear winners are Etsy, TikTok Shop, and Printify's own pop-up feature. But if you're okay with paying and working a little more to make your store the way you want, Shopify, Wix, and Squarespace are your best bet. By the way, if you want to watch step-by-step tutorials for how to set up each of these platforms, don't forget to subscribe to Printify. Of course, picking a platform with the shipping features you need is only half the battle. The other half is about adding as much value and trust with your shipping as possible. It's what gives top sellers an edge over their competition, and always makes their products the obvious choice for buyers. Here's how they do it. Repeat customers are the foundation for any store with consistent sales. They're a sign that you've created an experience that encourages buyers to keep coming back. But building that experience, however, involves doing two things. The first is to add as much value to your item as possible, especially with shipping. One great example of this is by adding inserts to your packages. These are personalized notes from you to your buyer that can include a thoughtful message or even contain a promotion, like a special discount code in return for a specific action, like signing up for an email list or sharing your item on social media. But why stop there? Another example of adding value to your shipping are gift messages, allowing buyers the option to personalize their order if their purchase is a gift. Although inserts and gift messages are tools Printify offers to help improve a buyer's experience, just don't forget that we love you too, which is why we created Printify Choice. It's a feature that automatically routes an order to the closest, best quality, and lowest price print provider near your customer. This reduces the overall shipping time it takes for an order to get to your buyer. The faster they get their product, the more value they'll feel for what they've paid for shipping, all for a price that's both great for them and for you. And if you're all about getting the most value for a great price, go ahead and hit that like button. However, inserts, gift messages, order routing, all this stuff happens at checkout. But a great shipping experience actually starts way before an item even gets added to a cart, leading us to the second thing it takes to build a great customer experience: establishing trust. Without that, the chances of a buyer even making it to checkout won't be that high, which is why your product page needs to be doing these 4 things. Be transparent about shipping costs and delivery in your product description. Create urgency by using time-sensitive promotions buyers won't want to miss out on, especially for a peak holiday sales event like Christmas. Use discounts to incentivize a higher order value. Leverage badges like fast delivery to encourage other shipping options. And finally, use reviews to boost your store's reputation and credibility. It's time to stop thinking of shipping as something holding you back from making more money. If you approach it intentionally and with a growth mindset, it can be a small investment towards more profits and a better customer experience in the future. Let us know in the comments how you offer shipping and what works best for you. And don't forget to check out the videos we mentioned earlier by clicking on the link in the description. See you next time!